And Eggis, you, your team, Usyk, the Alex, and if you're down with Usyk, well, you too. Listen, it doesn't matter if he's lost one fight or 21. He will never escape the Gypsy King. He will always have to fight me.
Tyson Fury slams Alexander Usyk and says a potential match with Anthony Joshua has to happen. Tyson Fury reckons an all-British heavyweight blockbuster between Anthony Joshua and himself has to happen at some point, regardless of the condition or age of both men. Speaking on the TNT broadcast for Nick Ball's world title defense against Ronnie Rios, Fury was in his usual loquacious form when addressing the AJ conundrum. At the end of the day, it'd be a travesty if we didn't fight, no matter if he loses 20 more fights. If he doesn't win another fight and he has 10 years away from the game, it doesn't matter, we have to fight, said Tyson, who rematches Alexander Usyk on December 21st. I did an interview recently and I said, look, it doesn't matter if we're 50 years old, we'll have to fight. I lost one big fight already with David Price. He was the British hope at one stage and that was building up lovely. That would have been a massive fight, either in Liverpool or Manchester, but that's gone now, and it'd be a travesty if we didn't fight each other. The boxer wants no doubts, and has announced that he's preparing to go into destruction mode against the Ukrainian when they meet on 21st December in Riyadh. Fury lost his first fight to Usyk by split decision. Usyk went on to unify all the heavyweight titles. The last time I went to fight him, I was careful. I gave him a beating, Fury told TNT Sports on Saturday. Let's talk about facts. Anyone can get caught, as we've seen in a lot of heavyweight fights. But this time, I'm not going for a points decision, I'm gonna knock him out, said the Briton. Tyson Fury says there will be no changes to the way he prepares for his rematch with Alexander Usyk, repeating that he feels as if he won their first encounter. He does not intend to switch out his team members ahead of his camp and has promised to deliver revenge when the pair meet in Riyadh.
Not much time. I know what I've got to do. Nothing drastic. You know, people can say, oh, I want to change trainers, or I'll blame it on my conditioning coach, or I'll blame it on the cook, or I'll blame it on the mouse next door. You know, I'm not interested in all that. Same team, same everything. I know what I've got to do. I thought I won the fight last time. I give him, at that full fight, me being boxing all my life, I'm watching boxing my whole career, I give him round 8, 9 and 10. And round 9 was a 10-8. So that's what I give him out the fight. But obviously, the judges saw it a bit different. A couple of them did. One of them had me winning. That's what it was. It was close as a police kneecap,
as it can be.
As it can be.
Indeed.
Didn't get the nod of the night.
Tyson Fury has fought some of the biggest names in world boxing, and he has beaten all but one of them. His first ever defeat in a professional ring came back in May when he took on Alexander Usyk for the undisputed world heavyweight title, but ended up losing a close contest on points. The pair will go at it again in December out in Saudi Arabia, and Fury has a history of doing well in rematches. He fought 3 times with Deontay Wilder, starting in 2018 when Wilder was the WBC champion on a fine run of impressive knockouts. Fury stayed on the back foot and boxed well. He got caught late but famously rose from the canvas to get a controversial draw. In the 2 rematches, he stepped to his man, showed a completely different, more aggressive style, and twice stopped the Bronze Bomber. Speaking to Undisputed, Fury was asked who was his toughest opponent, including Vladimir Klitschko, who he outpointed to first become world champion back in 2015, and he went with the American. He stated, "I'm going to have to say Wilder because when I fought Wilder, he was in his prime. He was the man to be, and he was a dynamite puncher, and one mistake, and it's over. In any round, round 1 or round 12, for sure." He was asked when he first thought he could beat Wilder. From maybe 2007, me and Wilder had a pact together. We met at one of the big fights on Channel 5 in Sheffield, and always said we'd talk up a good fight and have a good fight down the line. I used to look at him and think, wow, I'd see him hit people, and legs would be shaking out cold on the floor. Terrifying knockouts. Coming back to the potential rematch between Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury's co-promoter, Bob Arum, believes his man should still have an unbeaten professional record and disputes his loss to Alexander Usyk. Speaking to Box Nation, Arum, who promotes the Gypsy King, along with Frank Warren, believes Fury should have been given the win the first time around.
I thought he won the fight. I gave him the second through the 7th round and the last round.
Mm-hmm.
But again, one judge saw it that way and the other 2 didn't.
He then explained how Fury could be sure of winning the rematch. I think he's got to box Usyk to way he did and not relax and clown around and let Usyk back in the fight like he did in May. I think it's a very winnable fight for Fury, but he's got to be intelligent in the fight. In the aftermath of the contest, the Gypsy King was adamant he had done enough to get his hand raised. claiming he only had Usyk winning 3 rounds, with one being a 10-8 score. He stated, "I've watched the fight back lots of times and still got the same answer. I thought I won the fight. I thought I did enough. One of the judges had me winning by a round, one had him winning by a round, and that was the final decision. So it was what it was. There is no good in crying over spilt milk. It's done now. I believe everything happens for a reason." He further added, "I thought I boxed the head right off him for most of the rounds. He landed a good punch in round 8 and busted my noise, and in round 9 he had a 10-8 round, so that's 2, and I give him round 10. But other than that, I didn't give him any other rounds. I give him 4 rounds in the fight." But Usyk thinks otherwise. In an interview, he said that the referee stopped him from finishing Fury, not the other way around. He explained that the referee was professional and he won the match. He knocked out the Gypsy King, and now they are just making excuses by blaming the referee.
Last situation, when I prepare punch left, referee like push me like stop. I say okay, but 1, 2, 3. Now for me doesn't matter. I win. Thank you God. Now it's just speak. Referee bad, referee good. No, referee, it's professional man.
However, the two will battle it out once again on December 21st in Saudi Arabia, and Fury is predicting they will do it a 3rd time if he can get revenge at the end of the year. He stated, "I think this will be one of the great trilogies, me and Usyk, like Jack Dempsey and Gene Tunney. Going back to them days. They were great fights, and I believe when I beat him again, I'll definitely do a trilogy with him. 100%. Got to be. One each and then the trilogy." Amir Khan is confident that Tyson Fury can level the series with Alexander Usyk when their rematch takes place later this year. Amir Khan, former world champion, has long been an admirer of Fury, and he's hopeful the former heavyweight ruler can learn from his mistakes and get the win. "I've been seeing comments that Tyson Fury is going to get beat again and knocked out this time, but I don't see that," said Khan when speaking to Action Network. One thing about Fury is that every time he's lost or had a bad fight, he's come back stronger and has known what to do and how to beat the guy. He might have taken his foot off the pedal in the first fight, but this time he's going to have to be focused and ready. He further added, he needs that fire in his belly again and wants to be world champion again. I don't know if the Saudi money has made him relaxed or take that fire away, but let's hope he really wants it. I know if Tyson walks into that ring and is the guy who wants it, then he'll definitely get the knockout and win. Paul Smith suggested that Tyson Fury could retire after his next fight, regardless of the outcome, as the anticipated bout with Anthony Joshua may no longer interest fans. He stated that Alexander Usyk is currently the top heavyweight, making the fight Usyk to lose. However, Smith noted that while Usyk is favored, Fury could still win, highlighting the unpredictability of the matchup.
I think it could be his last fight, regardless of what he does. If he wins, he could retire in the ring and be done, because I think the AJ fight's gone. I don't think anyone will want to see that now, with all due respect to both of them, in my opinion. But I think it's Usyk's fight to lose. I think Usyk's proven he's number one in the division now, with a lot, especially that given how well Dubois done. So it's Usyk's to lose, but it's not by all means a foregone conclusion. You know, I think Usyk is the favourite. I think Usyk would possibly do it, but wouldn't be surprised if Fury did it.
Speaking about that contest in an interview with IFL TV, former undisputed champion Lennox Lewis discussed the motivations both men have for the rematch, set for December 21st in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. "Yeah, I mean, I look at Tyson Fury, he's an up-and-down guy. He goes up and he does down. I think he will look back at the fight and realize there is a couple things he should do and will do. Usyk is a great fighter. He's got a great mentality behind him. His country's at war, so when they fight, he will still think he's at war. It's going to be a serious fight, and I can't wait to see it." When pushed for a prediction, Lewis suggested that Fury knew what to do and would do it. Fury knows what he needs to do. He's been at the bottom, he's been at the top, right now he's at the bottom, and he knows what he needs to do to get to the top. It's going to be a great fight. He wants to be undisputed as well. When he looks at the fight, he knows there is a couple things he should have done, and he's going to go in there and do them. Teddy Atlas advised Tyson Fury on key adjustments needed to beat Alexander Usyk in their rematch. He emphasized that Fury should have made better use of his uppercut during the fight. While Atlas acknowledged that Fury's jab was effective, he noted that Fury missed opportunities to capitalize on the openings it created with his right hand. Essentially, Atlas believed Fury could have been more assertive and maximized his punches to fully leverage the advantages gained from his jab.
Look, there's things that he maybe could have used the uppercut more, because it was very effective in that 6th round. Maybe he could have used it throughout the fight a little more, maybe. You know, maybe there's things that he could have just added off of controlling with the jab. I have a saying, you set the table with the jab and you eat with the right hand, right? Maybe you could have, could have went to the refrigerator a little more and brought out a few, or to wherever the stock box is, wherever he keeps the right hand, and brought them out with the jab a little more. Maybe he could have done that because he was definitely doing well with the jab. He was setting the table. Maybe he could have ate a little more.
Zhilei Zhang believes that Alexander Usyk can repeat his victory over Tyson Fury when the pair clash for a second time this year. Zhang, who stopped Deontay Wilder back in June, will be a keen observer when the fight takes place, and he's offered his verdict on how it might play out. It really comes down to who has had the better preparation, and it's a hard question to answer, said Zhang when speaking to Razid. I'm leaning towards Alexander Usyk to get the win once again and getting the job done. UFC star Paddy Pimblett has predicted a different outcome for their rematch as compared to last one. In an exclusive interview with DAZN, the Scouse fighter tipped Fury to even the score when they meet again in Saudi Arabia on December 21st. He said, "I think Fury could take it, to be honest. I think it could go to a decision again, though. But I think, like the last fight, I thought that it was very close. Fury-Usyk could have gone either way, and if Fury had used his range a bit more, he definitely could have won it, because he was a couple of rounds up early. But yeah, I think Fury might come back with a vengeance and win that fight." Antonio Tarver emphasized that Tyson Fury must bring something new to the table. To maintain his current standing, Fury needs to win the rematch against Alexander Usyk. It's essential for him to shift momentum and set the stage for a potential trilogy, where the true outcome could be determined. Tarver hinted that Fury might secure back-to-back victories if he makes the necessary adjustments.
I think we have to. We have to see something different. You know what I mean? If Tyson Fury want to really, save, not saying his legacy, but save where he's at right now today, he has to win that rematch. Vitally important that he flip the table on Usyk and make sure we have a trilogy so we can truly see, you know what I mean? Maybe Tyson win back-to-back fights.
So what do you think about this? Do you think the Gypsy King will avenge his titles, or the Ukrainian champion Alexander Usyk will do it again? Share your thoughts in the comment section, and make sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed the video.